Okay, so I'm still in the same program with the 5,000 smiley faces. I wanted to show you a couple of pitfalls you have to be aware of with the for loop. Or any loop for that matter. What if I were to change this? Instead of printing 5,000 yellow smiley faces, I'm going to print alternating red hearts and yellow smiley faces. Okay, so just a small change. And so I'm thinking, okay, great. I am going to get under here and I'm going to print the heart. So I'll have a smiley face and then a heart, and then I'll have actually 10,000 characters. So let's run that and see what we get. Okay, that is not what I had in mind. I wanted alternating hearts and smiley faces. So here's the problem. Notice I didn't put curly braces around my loop body. If you don't put curly braces, the compiler assumes a single statement loop body. So this is basically what the compiler is doing. Even though I indented that really nicely, it looked like it was part of the loop. That is not, the heart is not part of the loop. It didn't matter in the last video with the smiley faces because that really was just a one-liner in the loop body. But if you have more than one line, you absolutely must contain that in curly braces. So, and you know what, your we saw this with the branching, the if-else statements as well. And your book had recommended to just always put the curly braces there because, you know, even if you don't need them and you put them there redundantly, it's not a big deal. It's not going to hurt anything. But if you did need them and you skipped them, then it does have quite an effect, like you saw with this program. So I can contain those within a couple of curly braces, and now we'll see our alternating hearts and smiley faces. Okay, so while we're on the subject of pitfalls, here's another mistake that you should definitely not make. And you know, it's an honest mistake, especially for beginners. I'll see students putting a semicolon after the loop header, which is a big no-no. And I'll show you why. Look, when I run this, I didn't get a single, well, I got a single smiley face and a single heart. So here's the thing, C++ is kind of weird in that, you know, a semicolon by itself on a line is actually considered a C++ statement. It's a nothing statement, okay? So it's not, you know, you can put semicolons all over the place. It's not going to hurt anything in the program. It's just kind of this nothing statement. And so what happens is when you put your semicolon after the loop header, that becomes the entire loop body. So what this loop, it becomes like this. This is what it is. This is how the loop, this is what the compiler is interpreting and running. It's saying, okay, I'm going to do this, which is absolutely nothing, 5,000 times. And then when it's over, the loop is done. And then I move on to the rest of the code, and it comes across a smiley face, and I got the one smiley, and then I got the one heart. So, and you know, that's another thing with curly braces. You can throw down a pair of curly braces anywhere, really, and it doesn't hurt anything for the most part. It does have some effect, but yeah. So anyway, don't put a semicolon after the loop header. That's really the main takeaway from there. So yeah, in addition to not putting a semicolon after the loop header, also just always put the body in curly braces, even if it's just a one-liner. It's just a good habit to get into at this stage.